I'd like to invite Michael Heibler from Atempo, Austria, to make his presentation on the second output, I guess, focusing on the second output of the project, training modules. So the floor is yours, Mr. Heibler. So welcome.
Thank you very much. Please give me 1 second or 2 seconds to prepare. Okay, I think you can see my presentation now.
Yes, perfectly.
Perfect. Okay. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks to the organization for organizing this event, and thank you to all your speakers from today. My name is Michael Heibler. You can say Michael, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in this project. I'm a trainer at Atempo, so I'm a specialized social worker in the fields of persons with disabilities, and I work at Atempo for 2 years now, and I also work in digital education in Atempo. So let me introduce the organization. Atempo was founded in 2000. It is split into 2 parts, a private non-profit organization and a social enterprise. Atempo offers various trainings and learning facilities for people with learning difficulties and disabilities, but also other services. The aim of all Atempo activities is to work towards equalization of people with learning difficulties and disabilities. Besides that, Atempo is working to remove barriers that hinder people, and Atempo wants all people to be equal citizens. Via its work with many European partnerships, Atempo cooperates with many similar organizations as in this project, but in this project we're, I think, the only organization working in the fields of persons with disabilities. Okay, that you get an idea where Austria is, or where Atempo is, and where Graz is. Graz is the city where Atempo is located. Here's a map. It's in German. I'm sorry for that, but I think you can orientate here. And a nice picture of Graz in summer or springtime. Graz is the second biggest city of Austria, but it only has less than 300,000 inhabitants. So that's, yeah, small, kind of small. Okay. So now to the organization. You can see all parts of Atempo. So Atempo, as I told you, is split in 2 parts, a non-profit organization and a social enterprise. And Bildung, that means education, or the common name at our place is education and career. This is where I work. Yeah, it looks like this. We got 80 trainees from 15 years to, let's say, 30 years old with disabilities and learning difficulties who want to participate or to have a chance in first labor market. And that's what we are focusing on. Yeah. We work in a modular system where the topics change on a weekly basis. As I said before, digital education is also part of Atempo, and it's the second biggest part of my work. And this is also where the project, the STDE project, is set for me. Yeah, we collaborate in EU projects, give workshops at teacher colleges or universities, and we work together with organizations in the fields of persons with disabilities. And we do Erasmus Plus courses for teachers as well. And our specification is the inclusive digital education. So, okay. Then you can read Das Lorenz, that's the with the bow. That's a restaurant. It's an inclusive restaurant. It's connected to education and career at a tempo. And trainees work here in a realistic work situation. And it's really good food there, and I can enjoy it on a daily basis if I want. So that's a good thing. Then you can read Capito. Capito is one of the flagships of Atempo. Capito is all about abolishing barriers. It provides translation of easy to read language and easy to understand language, and is working on developing digital tools, and they provide other services as well. One special thing is here, when we translate, or when Capito translates texts into easy to read language, it is always checked by persons with disabilities at a tempo. So it's checked by our trainees. So we ensure that, or that's a quality assurance for the translations. And then last but not least, ABA, it's a platform where service providers and persons with disabilities can connect with each other and find each other. Yeah, and that's it. And you can see atempo.at is the website. You can go there for more information. Okay, about our mission statement. All people should be able to be part of the large table of society. Yeah, you can see on top a picture where everyone is sitting at a table, and the picture in the bottom, you can see how this is working. Everybody has other starting points and needs. Some of us need support or help, or little things that it is possible that we can participate in at the table of society equally. Yeah, we want all people to have the same chances to learn, work, and live. So the project team, now it's all about the STDE project. Yeah, you can see here Carl, Lisa, Aaron, Thomas, me, Michael, and Benjamin and Benedict. These are two persons, two trainees who do an internship in our digital department. Lisa is the head of our department, and Aaron is working on another project now, and Tom is is still cooperating with us, but he's just working for a few hours at a tempo. I want to say some words about Carl. In Erasmus Plus courses all over Europe, and as well in collaboration in EU projects, he spread a spirit of innovation. He passed away more than 1 year ago. He knew how to motivate and how to create comfortable learning environments. He was one to think outside the box. Despite I never got to know him personally, I can always feel his spirit in digital education and wherever I meet people because of my work at a tempo. The whole department of digital education was built by him, and I'm proud to work for his legacy. Okay, the training modules. The training modules were the intellectual outputs too, with the lead at a tempo. I joined the project in between, so I had to catch up a lot. Before there were other working phases, mine was the one supporting the collaboration of the training modules. But let's dive into it. So here you can see the summarized aims of these outputs. The implementation, the modules are prepared to teach the teachers and trainers the STDE methodology, and and should help teachers and trainers to adopt digital tools and to develop personal teaching strategies. Better get it out. And it provides 60 hours of online and hybrid hybrid training. And it's based on the STDE methodology guidebook. And the implementation of this is on the learning platform, and it's intellectual output free. We will hear about that tomorrow. Where you can find the material, again, this leads to the output free, which is still in the making since the project is not finished yet. My partners of Think will present this tomorrow at 10:30. And you can always visit the website stde-project.com. Yeah, how did we start to work? Carl and Tom started out the project for a tempo. I think they attended the first meeting in Istanbul. Is it true? No. Yeah, it's true. Okay. And Aaron and Tom started to develop a concept for the modules and the storyline. As you can see here, they worked with a mind mapping program called MindMeister, and started to writing down branches and developing everything in MindMeister and MeisterTask, which I'm really happy about, because so it was easy for me to catch up later. Yeah, this was the structure Aaron and Tom did, and I started at this point and using all the descriptions. It's just a little part of the work you can see here. And for sure, it was much more detailed. And then almost 1 year ago, presented our work so far to the partners. And we talked about what to consider in collaboration for intellectual output 2. Okay, now I'm jumping a little bit, I think. This is about the storyline. I'm sorry. Okay, let's start here. Okay, the story. The training modules are accompanied by a storyline, and you can see here now the main characters, Lisa and Tom. They should kind of, or the idea is that they accompany the learners during their development and during their progress through the modules. And yeah, Tom's the one who uses very little digital tools in his teaching, and he really benefits from Lisa's experience, who is happy to share her knowledge. If it works, we can have a look at a video later. Okay, then my part started and I began to prepare. So I stopped reading all the stuff what was already done and began working myself. I wrote an example module, a script for an example module, and I built a structure on Google Drive and wrote documents for collaboration. And then we met in a meeting and checked if everything was okay. So the modules stem from the STDE guidebook, and each module is split into 2 levels, A1 and A2, B1, B2. There's a plus missing instead of the semicolon. Maybe you're wondering why A1 and A2 and B1 and B2. That's because of the Digicomp Edu. You heard about it before by Gisem. And it's A1, A2, that's kind of based on the European, how do I say it, the GEAS, Central European Framework for Language Teaching. Is it true? Nobody's nodding. Okay. Okay, yes, okay.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, and yeah, each module is split into levels, and each level can consist of units. The duration of all modules should be 60 hours in the end, and the duration per module is then 10 hours. So, easy to have a look at. STDE Methodology Guidebook plus Digicomp Edu builds the basis for STDE learning modules. In the collaboration, we agreed on some module requirements. So there's the storyline, we have to build in the story. There's a theoretical input. You can put in articles or YouTube videos. In the 21st century, it's quite common to use YouTube videos when the source is okay. And guidebook boxes where the appropriate part of the guidebook is put into the module as well. Then practical exercises, interactive learning activities, and as well self-assessment instruments. Yeah, the intensive work started in March 2021, and we did monthly meetings and online collaborations. Monthly meetings we did via Zoom, and we used Google Drive and Google G Suite for education, so Google Sheets for help and so on. And we collaborated with a Padlet to collect tools. As you can see here, this is how the Google Drive structure, yeah, it might be boring, but this is how it worked for us. And here you can see the Padlet where we used our swamped knowledge to gather information and to gather links we can use and tools we can use for this training modules. Okay, now about the results. Is the video now? Let's see if it works.
Yes, we can see, yeah.
So now you saw the very first video. At this point, they're not listening, but I want to mention them. Thanks to Benjamin and Benedict, now we already got more than 25 videos, and the last ones are in the making. So thanks to the persons who did the internship, the videos are almost finished. Yeah, and the idea was just to yeah, it should be a cozy, more cozy environment to learn, and sometimes with pictures or videos, you can ensure that. So, and it's a nice to have thing, because it's I think we all can relate to teachers having problems, in nowadays in teaching online and teaching with digital tools. Okay, here you can see the working titles for the training modules, and you can see which partner did what module. It was quite a long phase of working on the modules, and I know it was hard for all the partners, and thank you very much for collaborating and for keeping the mindsets of seeing the progress meeting to meeting. Yeah, this is just again for us how we structured our work. The second document is the script itself, and the third document is a script itself, and the other two are just sheets we needed to keep in mind what's important. Okay, now let's come to the components again. I already had this one: theoretical input, guidebook boxes, interactive activities, hybrid activities, one main tool. We agreed that for each module we choose one tool. So each module we work with one tool for each module, but there are also as a main tool, there are also small tools we mention, or we give hints to look at this or look at that, or try this or try that, but we focus on one tool so that you don't get and the self-assessment activity, which is important when you need to work on your own. Okay, and now you can have the real titles of the STDE basic level modules. There's also the expert level modules, but here you just read as a sneak peek the basic level modules. Learning and teaching in a digital era, digital resources, how to select, create, protect, and share them. Facilitating learners' digital competences. Empowering learners, how to support intrinsic motivation in digital learning environments. Strategies for digital assessment, professional engagement in the digital era. Okay, here you can have a look. This is the example module, just 2 pages. I think it was at least 3 pages long, no more. But yeah, this is how we worked. We worked quite simple, like a lesson plan, you can say. So we just wrote down the activities and how much time it takes to do this activity, and the hard part is then at Think to implement it on the platform, or was at Think to implement on the platform. I hope it's not too hard. Okay, but this is how we worked. Okay, the future. What about the future with STDE project and our tempo? So STDE project is finished in February, and For us, for a tempo, we can, or it is wonderful that we can use something like all the outcomes of the STDE project for our own trainers. It's also good for us that we can use it for teachers and courses for teachers, maybe parts of it or maybe everything, and say, look, here's the STDE training modules, here's the STDE guidebook. You can read that. And it's perfect for us to enrich Erasmus Plus courses. At this point, I want to say thank you for listening. I want to say thank you to all of the partners. I want to say thank you for your patience. I want to say thank you that you guided me into project work, because this was my, or is my very first project. I learned a lot, and I'm happy to be part of STDE project. So thank you very much. I finished here really early, I think, but I'm sorry for that, but maybe there are some questions.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Actually,
Are there any
very much.
questions?
Michelle, yeah, I was checking the chat for any questions from the audience. People are thanking for the
I have a very quick comment actually to Michael, because he mentioned that it was his very first project. I don't think you actually made it obvious to anyone. I never realized that. You've done a great job. If this is your first project, I think your next projects will be great too.
Thank you.
And I want to say, and I want to thank you for mentioning Carl as well. Without him, I think this collaboration wouldn't have come reality. So it also shows that life goes on. Okay. Thank you very much, Michael. I want to say this because this is very important for all us to see. We are all humans, and this is a great collaboration, and you are a great person, great future professional. So congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.